course, this is all allegedly, right? And don't go spread hate, because I don't think his family necessarily deserves that. And not everyone in this department is a bad apple, but when your boss is a POS, this is just kind of the situations that we end up with. And one of the reasons why I talk about it is because I've come to learn from all of the people that have messaged me that I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. There was literally a lady whose feet were up in stirrups getting a grape kit done, and he walked in and told her the same thing he told me, that her ex-husband had the right to grape her. And I can't stand for that. And she might not be willing to speak out, but I sure the hell as fuck am. Guys. Okay, so about like 30 minutes ago, I just checked my Facebook story thingy, right? Just to see who's looked at it. And about 30 minutes ago, Chief Wheeler wasn't one of those viewers. So, one, it's very flattering to know that I'm one of the last people on your mind during the day, even though you say you forgot who the fuck I was. And, even after you've hugged me and told me that you love me and care about me, and then, had the audacity to tell me not once, not twice, but 3 different times, and on a recorded line, that, my ex had the right to rape me and destroy my stuff. He looked at the story. These 2 stories in particular. And I've looked into the laws and the rights that I have as a public citizen, like as just a regular citizen, versus the rights he has as a public servant. I am fully within my fucking right. Now, is it necessarily right or classy? No, but neither is saying, as a public servant, whose job description is literally protect and serve, to tell a victim that their ex had the right to rape them and destroy their stuff. So, not only that, but you didn't even fucking investigate. And I gave you ample opportunity and pointed you in the right direction. I said, go to my trailer and you will find the knife with fingerprints on it that he used to break into my bedroom, and you will find cigarette butts that he smoked and put out directly on the kitchen counter. And did they do that? Hell to the fuck no. Oh, and then cherry on top, just for shits and giggles, because I'm not going to make it that easy for him. He's going to have to go hunting for my other profiles. One of them has like 500 something views on it now. But one of the main reasons why I left him as a friend on Facebook for so long was 1, so I could keep an eye on him. And 2, so I could see when he sees things. And I know that he saw it. And so now you're blocked. Guess who was also following me on TikTok? I just noticed that because I went to go look up to see if he had a profile page. And yeah, he did. And he was following me. But apparently you don't know who I am. Fucker. Like, this had to have started back around when I first created my TikTok. Because I've been watching closely who my new followers are, and I haven't seen him pop up under my new followers. So, I wonder, was he hoping I'd have an OnlyFans? Too bad for you, bro. That's weird. That's very weird. That is so weird. That is weirder than weird. I almost guarantee he was hoping I had an OnlyFans. So, you mean to tell me that you can make it a point to stalk victims on social media, but you can't make it a fucking point to go investigate the perpetrators? Hmm. Hmm. Now, I know I'm fully within my right to share his full name because he was following me, and as the person being followed, I have every right to share the information of the people who are following me. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't want to hurt his family, and I don't want you guys to go spread hate to this person. I just want the public to be aware, one, for public safety, and two, for my own safety, because nobody is taking me seriously, and I can't get help from, it seems like, anywhere. So I've turned to the internet community to gain support, which has been working. So please don't go spread hate to this. Also, I'd like to ask a lawyer, specifically a lawyer who's well versed in Illinois law, what's the point in not having a statute of limitations in grape cases or SA cases if it seems like nothing can be done? Because I've had a lot of people reach out to me. I feel like even though I didn't necessarily report it right away because of a lot of different issues I had going on around the time and, past experiences with SA and grape cases not being taken seriously. So, yeah, of course I didn't want to reach out right away. And of course I didn't want to be re-traumatized again with a grape kit. Especially after hearing that one lady's story where she was literally in the middle of getting a grape kit done. And she was blamed right then and there in that moment for the things that happened to her instead of the perpetrator being blamed for his actions. So what's the point in not having a statute of limitations? I even had one of the police officers from this particular police department tell me, there's no statute of limitations, you can press charges whenever you want. And then when I did try to press charges, I was told by the state's attorney in Christian County that they weren't going to help me press charges. So can a lawyer please explain? Thank you. Also, even without the grape kit, there's well-documented proof of this happening. My own journals, my own video diaries. Not only that, but the OP, one of the reasons why it was granted was because he admitted in court, the perpetrator admitted in court his actions. That's why the OP was granted. So, and then he later admitted to my lawyer that he was stalking my location way after the OP was granted. And when I reported it to the police department, they did nothing. So is this just misconduct? Is that all this is? What is going on? Why are there laws and regulations in place because I've looked into the laws. And why are they in place if law enforcement is not going to enforce said laws? Is this just a huge misconduct case? Is that what this is turning into?